Hi, this is Susan from the Pattern Place here down under in Australia, living on the sunny Gold Coast, although today doesn't quite live up to that name. But what I want to do is share with you my very first album. I've been doing papercraft for many years, but this is the very first album I've ever made, and I'd like to share it with you. It's predominantly black and white. It's made from a paper pack with the name Mercy on the front. I don't know the collection name, unfortunately, and I can't go back to it because the cover when I opened it was so sticky that I immediately threw it away. So perhaps that was my first mistake, but I didn't want to get any of the tackiness on the rest of the papers in the paper pad. But it was a 6x6 paper pad, and this has chipboard covers bound with my Binditall. It's not quite finished because I'm still searching for an appropriate title for it and some other embellishments that really sit nicely on the cover, and I'm slowly collecting ribbons and laces and charms for my wire binding there. But here it is. It's I chose black and white because I wanted to showcase the black and white photos that were in it. These are childhood photos of myself. This is me here as a baby and my husband. So we've collected these photos and saved them. I really wanted to hang on to them, to hand them on to our children, but I wanted a nice way of showing them off as well. So I've tried to choose us in like poses at similar ages and put them together on the pages. So all the papers from the same pad. This is a Tim Holtz die with the cogs, and I've stained it and painted it just so it has that same dark colours as the rest of the pages. I've also used tags and pockets throughout. And here's an example. This is myself in my pusher as a baby, and I've chosen a similar photo, or the most similar we had. This is my husband in his pram. So about the same age in similar poses. The whole folder is made from manila folders. The whole album rather is made from manila folders, and I initially painted them a grey around the edge and then went around each of the pages and distressed it with what in fact is a really dark blue-grey colour, so not quite black. This, I think, is my favourite page in the whole album. It opens up. The paper here, it was really nice. There were two pages the same in the pad, and I cut one of them down the middle and then took the pages across like that and glued them on here. So there's the curtains, and the paper is the same under here, although you can't see it the same as on the sides. But we were born on opposite sides of the world. I was born in New Zealand, and my husband was born in England. We now live in Australia, but I just thought it was so amazing that we were born in different hemispheres at different times, and the poses are almost identical. So that was a bit of a special find. Although I've had these photos for years, I never realised that they were so similar. This is another one of my husband, and throughout I've just put just little tiny splashes of colour and strips of the paper. It was a 6x6 pad, but this is actually I think it's 7 inches across, so I had to make up the difference by adding little strips here. I've used black mounts as well just to make the photos pop off the page. This pocket here is embellished with some little butterflies from the Martha Stewart punch. Here's me. So we're about the same ages here on our sofas at home, although different sides of the world. And the tags I've experimented with different sizes, different shapes, all sorts of things. So anything goes in this album. Because it was my first, I just played and stuck the photos on. Whoops. And I have left room for journaling throughout. I haven't done that yet, but there is space to do that. There is a pocket here at the end. This is a little die cut heart and a little bit of bling there, a little pink flower. And my husband as well, looking suitably bored at his photo shoot. Gorgeous, really. Across here, this is my husband and his baby sister. And I have a similar pose of myself and baby brother. So I matched those two together, and this is my best friend. Spots for journaling as well. Us at about the same age, all dressed up in his Sunday best there. This is my first school uniform, and the little tags here where we'll record the information of years and dates and things when we can try and verify those. This is another one of my husband and his sister, and the back of the tag I left plain because I really like this finish so much. This is it's just a basic kitchen aluminium foil glued onto the cardboard before it was put through the embossing machine, and I really like that look. I'm not sure how durable it will be, but I really like it. And the edges I've just sealed with washi tape in the different styles there, still sticking with the black and white theme. This is my 5th birthday party. My little friends there. I remember this dress as being a blue velvet dress, and I've just dressed up the page. This is the end of the 6x6 paper here, so I needed to add a strip. So I did similar things here, taking another strip and matching it with corner pieces as well, just to pretty up the page. The birds here, this is my favourite punch. All my stuff is new pretty much. I have a few things that I've had for a number of years, but once I decided I was going to do this, I bought a few supplies, and this is one of my favourite, the little birds there. Inside, another little pop of colour, family photos again, room for some more journaling, and then another pocket with some more tags in it. 5th birthday party in my special dress again, school sports day. This is my senior school uniform, and one of our school photos. This is another one of the pressed metal pages. This one didn't turn out so nicely, so I covered it with photos. And this one's, I love this one. This is my husband in the cricket team, sitting there in the centre, and rugby team at school. So we both did similar things across the miles. This page is dedicated to us and how we grew up, really. The passing of time, so I thought it was appropriate to use the Tim Holtz clock die there to signify time. This is a Kaisercraft flourish and a string of clear bling there. This side has another pocket. These photos were taken from, this is the cricket team photo, this is the rugby team, this is a school photo, just showing my husband at different ages. And the tags again, different sizes, different shapes, more school class photos. This one still needs some journaling or another photo. And this one here, most of the photos I had commercially printed in different sizes, so I scanned them in because I didn't want to use the originals, and then took them down to the copy shop and had them printed out commercially. This one though, I printed at home on my home printer, and while it was fresh out of the printer, I took a wet baby wipe and I rubbed some of the ink away. So I don't know if you can see it here if I hold it up. I've distressed it by just rubbing the ink away from the edges to make it look even older than it is. My husband won't appreciate that comment. That's him there. And these lines, unfortunately, on the photograph, I couldn't get rid of those at all, but that's one of my favourite photos. The other side of the page shows me in all our glory. I think we were pretty ugly babies. Well, I think we were pretty cute kids, and as teenagers, I think we were pretty scary. So, and this album really shows that. More school class photos. And what I've done is I've been able to crop my face out of the different photos and just show the passing of time here, which is pretty special. Here's different ages, different school photos. One common denominator is the pigtails in each of them. I think we were asked to have pigtails at school. Always had to have our hair tied up, of course, and pigtail seems to be the flavour of the day. Here we are again. I thought we were sort of similar poses in the garden. This is my swimming togs, which I thought was lovely. Little die cuts of the trees which I've glued over the top to soften the page. This one folds up. Tim Holtz rosette die here. This is the small and the mini. This is my husband and myself at the same age. We didn't know each other then. We had no idea we were ever going to meet because we were still living in different hemispheres. But if we had met, that's what we would have seen. I don't know whether we would have liked each other then or not. But we did meet, thankfully, and did marry. So I thought this was a really appropriate photo to end the album with. I particularly like the pose because we're looking back through the album, looking back at our childhood, so that was the one I chose to end it on, and there's just a few extra tags in there as well. And the back I left just nice and plain. There is one other thing that I did differently on this album. When I read the instructions with my Binditall, it said that take the back page and fold it around so that it faces the front, and then you bind it up like that. And that is what I did, and the intention is that you have the join hidden inside the pages here. But I found that the book didn't cooperate very well. It didn't open and close very easily when I did that. It tended to get stuck all the time. So I undid it and rebound it with the join. You can just see it here. The join is on the outside. And I intend to disguise it with these ribbons and bits of lace and tulle and charms along here, so that it's not obvious that the join is there.